Welcome to Upturned Table, and we are playing Case File 1 for the Blade Runner RPG by Free League. And I'm Jeremy, and I'm joined today by Matt and Will.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
Okay, I'll come walking up, doing the Columbo forehead scratch, and I don't know more. I'm thinking about just getting a warrant and having these blue shirts stripped down every floor of this building.
I don't know, that guy was just a freaking spaz. I sent him out, so
You sent him what?
I just sent him home. I told him we'd talk to him later. He was just repeating himself and rambling. He was useless. I think a warrant's the best bet. There's got to be something here. Taft's definitely shady.
Alright. I'll put in a call to HQ. Should we do Wallace next?
And just as Perez says that, on your Kaya's video call comes up from the PR agent, the woman that you had requested your appearance.
Cal?
Cal calls. It's an encrypted uplink that shows up on your Kia's. So you see the Wallace Group logo. She says, officers, I was expecting you this morning. Any delay will not be received well by my superiors or yours.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We're on our way now.
Very well. I will be expecting you.
I just blow smoke into the camera.
All right, Andre, you riding with him or me?
I'll stay with Perez if you don't mind, sir.
Sure thing. That sounds great. Actually, I think I want to do a little bit more. You got Wallace, right? I think I'm going to head back and look at the bodies and see if I can find anything. Divide and conquer, like you said earlier. Unless you need me there, Perez.
No, just keep your comm handy.
I keep bumping it and turning it off. Here, yeah.
I tend to lose patience with these suits real fast.
And so, Amor, you're going to head back to the tower?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm making Andre fly.
Let's follow Amor back to the tower first. So what did you want to do?
I guess I'm going to go and I want to check out the medical report and/or get to actually poke the corpse of Sander and kind of see what evidence is there.
If he tells me he's going back to do that kind of research, I'm giving him that bullet.
Oh, good. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were going to turn that in or not. Okay, yeah, that's perfect timing. So if you're going back to the tower, then yeah, take this.
Cool.
Perfect.
I will put it in this little evidence that I have with. Just slide it right in there. In your pocket, huh? That's
not your pocket.
Well, the evidence bag goes in the pocket, but...
Oh, wait. I peel like a piece of ramen off the bullet. Sorry about that.
Okay, so let's follow Amor to the crime lab.
I'd like to think that, the whole right there, I've, called and left this, long message about how I'm conflicted with my wife, but trying to be coy because I don't want anything left on the...
Oh, okay.
Just, call, of course she doesn't answer, and it's thinking about you, things are tough, a lot of stuff's going on. Really like to, maybe we can have dinner soon. Really like to see you.
So talking to your wife on the flight back to the tower, and so when you get there, so Amor arrives on the roof and takes the elevator down to the crime lab, and of course, in the crime lab is Coco. So Coco is the tech that basically runs the lab. From what you know, your interactions with him, he's not a great fan of replicants, and maybe he's a little envious of their higher intelligence, higher physical abilities. So he'll probably be a little cold, and you're expecting this. He'll probably be a little bit cold to you. Also, as you enter the lab, and you've seen him before, there's an orange tabby, artificial cat, of course, that's makes its home in the crime lab. So Coco's pet, Biscuits, is there as well.
Okay.
And you've never seen Coco outside of this lab. This is basically the only place he's ever shown up. He sees you come in, and officer, I'm assuming this concerns the body that was brought in this morning?
Sander? Yes.
Yes, right this way. He takes you to the table where they have Sander's body spread out on it. Coco points to the chest. As you can see, the wound, the wound in the chest cavity was the fatal wound. It was through and through. We recovered no bullet. Obviously, as a cause of death, a point-blank shot with a large caliber bullet right in the chest.
Do you know what caliber It was?
Large from all I can tell from the whole, very large, similar to something you would be capable of with your gear. We don't have the bullet, so I can't tell you exactly.
Typically, where would I hand in a bullet for him?
Coco would be able to do analysis on the bullet as well.
Does it look like he was like defensive wounds? Was he in a fight before this?
No, there were no wounds, and his sidearm was not discharged at the scene. It was reported that he fired no shots, had been in no kind of physical struggle. If I had to guess, this wound took him unaware. He wasn't expecting this.
Maybe this will help you figure something out, and I'll pull the bullet out.
So where was this found?
Perez dug it out of the wall on the east side of the bar.
Oh, very good, very good.
Looks like it went straight through him, straight through a mirror, and finally stopped in the wall.
Excellent. Well, if you allow me, and he takes the bag from you, and he places it under a scope. He removes it from the bag, the bullet from the bag, and places it under a scope that does some analysis. He's looking through the eyepiece. This is 10 millimeter. This is caseless 10 millimeter. The exact same ammo that's in that blaster. And he points to your sidearm. Standard issue for Blade Runners.
All right.
Basically, like other police officers, every bullet that you fire, has to be accounted for. You have to make a report on who you fired it at and whatever. Mm-hmm. There is no evidence. Holden didn't tell you anything about a Blade Runner reporting that they discharged their weapon. So that would lead you to believe that this is Blade Runner ammo fired from one of your weapons, but not according to the rules. This may have been acquired illegally, because then it won't have to be reported.
All right. Well, Coco, they got this ammo somewhere, so I don't want anyone to get tipped off to this. If you can keep this off book for now until we track down who maybe supplied this ammo. And can I see Sanders' firearm?
All of his clothing and everything would be available at the lab. Everything they took off of him.
I'm just going to check and make sure that he actually didn't discharge his weapon, and then I'll give him a once over and make sure he really doesn't look like he had any defensive wounds. Like, it really did look like he was just taken by surprise.
That's all easily confirmed just by your observation and examination. The weapon definitely wasn't fired, and you can see nothing on Sander except the chest wound, the through and through chest wound.
Okay.
Coco is accurate with everything. If you want to kind of think back at who you know and what you know in LA, where this ammunition could have come from, you can roll connections. Roll connections to see if you can come up with any
connections, huh?
Idea. Yeah.
All right. Got one.
As soon as Coco said caseless 10 millimeter, you immediately started thinking of who would be able to provide that to one of us, kind of in the black market or kind of under the counter. And Bullet Bob, his runner supplies in Hawker's Circle, that he's been known to carry equipment on the level of your what your standard issue is. So he would probably be the best place to check.
Bullet Bob, he runs an ad in the Independent Sentinel.
So you have that lead as well. So Bullet Bob in Hawker's Circle.
Do we have an open channel, or is this part of your skullduggery? Are you blocking me out right now?
No, I think right now I'm keeping it like I think I'm turning stuff off and on selectively. So once he implied that it looked like he was surprised with the gunshot entirely, like there wasn't a fight going on, then I bring everything back up and let Perez know that it looks like there may be Blade Runner ammo being used.
Okay.
And then I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go look for. I'm completely switching gears, and I'm going to try to look for known associates of Lee to see if I could find any other way to track her down. Is where I'm going to start working on next.
You're going to get some information about Lee from Wallace HQ from what Perez is doing. So let's switch over to that then. Okay.
Perfect.
So Petrov and Perez arrive, and this is it's still under construction, but this structure is absolutely amazing. It's going to be the tallest structure in Los Angeles and just dominate the skyline,
which is saying a lot.
So skyscrapers of the past are dwarfed by what they're able to construct now. You see that it's not finished. When you thought the LAPD tower was breathtaking and huge, this is just well beyond that. It's amazing.
Are text messages a thing in Blade Runner?
By not saying anything out loud, yeah, you can definitely interact with each other through text.
Well, while I'm walking in, I'm sending my mother a text.
Okay.
I'll read it out loud for the benefit. Literally just texting, "Hey mom, it's your beloved son. Need info on illegal Blade Runner ammo sales. Love." And she's going to read that sarcastically all the way through.
And actually, you get a response right away. And she writes back, "Bullet Bob, my ungrateful pumpkin."
Right. All right.
So you land at the parking in the massive building, and you know that this is a very rare invitation, that this corporation building is impenetrable without invitation. Even Blade Runners don't have a key to get it in here unless invited. You land in the internal garage and then descend down a cavernous, eerily empty interior, constantly cast in pale golden light and shadows of water.
I'm going to tell Andre, you need to mark every gun you think you see.
Okay. The interior is very large and empty. You walk down this corridor and you're greeted by a hairless file clerk who says, "Officers, so glad you could make it." He points you in the direction of a immaculately decorated office. So it's the VP of Public Relations. Kel is marked on the door. As soon as you approach, it opens and you step inside. And this is the woman seated at the desk. As you enter. So this is Kel. She says, "Officers, thank you. I appreciate your prompt handling of this matter. Let me explain to you the importance of this for the Wallace Corporation and why I needed to see you. So as you know, we just recently, just over a year, launched our Nexus 9 models of Replicant. The public, of course, is still getting used to the idea of replicants living among them. The survival of society depends on the smooth integration of Nexus 9. They're needed not only for off-world construction, security, but also agricultural labor, as you know, things that are vital to society here, planet-side, on Earth. I'm very curious to know what you've learned so far about this situation. Because it involved Nexus 9s, we, of course, need the utmost secrecy. I want to protect the corporation as much as possible. Tell me what you know and how you plan to continue your investigation."
So I'm going to run my hand across the ridiculously long table, give it a little knock, and kind of look at her like, "Is this real?"
If it was real, I would be able to buy this building with it. Of course, this isn't real wood.
Well, the investigation is ongoing. We are missing a Blade Runner, and we're down a Blade Runner. We know that there was an altercation with some human supremacists. What do you know about Mr. Schuyler of Kill Magazine?
Well, that's the last person we would want involved in this situation. Of course, he has never had anything good to say about the Wallace Corporation. Any details about this incident that would make Nexus 9 look unstable, unreliable, or a threat to humans would be very embarrassing, of course, for our company. I hope that you will be able to somehow manage to control his publication or the extent to which he is going to talk about our N9s in the media. Above all, I think that's what we need to control. As far as the man himself, I don't know him personally. I've only had limited contact with him, asking him to cease and desist and threatening libel suits against his publication.
Mm-hmm. And would you have any files on Nexus 8 activity in this area?
As you know, we are... Nexus 9 is currently in production. 8, of course, any records would have been lost during the blackout, so I wouldn't be able to... We may have fragments, we may have pieces of identity in our archives. We wouldn't have any current location or any up-to-date information other than serial numbers of previous models.
So I'm gonna produce a cigarette, light it, take a drag. So, if your corporation came across an 8, what would your protocol be?
Of course, we would want to make sure we recorded all the information we could. about the history and situation of this replicant. We know that there are 8 that survived the prohibition and that went into hiding after the blackout. So, of course, I hope that you're not accusing us of anything related to the replicant underground. We wouldn't, in fact, be involved in any illegal transportation of replicants. For our own interests and the sake of recovering patents and technology that we own, we would definitely want to have as much information about any Nexus 8s that were found in the wild, as you can say.
So I'm going to walk to her into the table, sit down next to her, cross my legs, give her a little smile. Help me understand why a massive corporation like Wallace and a massive organization like the LAPD are so afraid of the editor of a gossip rag.
As the head of PR, you can understand that it's a very delicate situation that we have reintegrating replicants back into society. We want only the most positive picture, only the most positive image of our company and our products to be out there. Unfortunately, Mr. Schuyler seems determined to disrupt that. He seems to want to shut down anything that goes against this bizarre moral scale that, of course, he seems to have created within his publication and probably his employees that run it.
Okay. Big drag on a cigarette, look at the ceiling. I want to help you, but I need you to help me.
Yes.
You surely have some operatives looking into this on your own. What can you give me? Throw me a bone.
Well, as far as your missing Nexus 9, I have some information that I wanted to share with you.
All right.
So Lee, as she was known about, had failed her baseline tests recently. She was brought to us for recalibration. It was a very standard procedure, and with the tens of millions of Nexus 9s that are being produced, minor malfunctions are expected in rare cases. So this calibration was to get her back ready for duty. I don't think this situation has anything to do with her disappearance, but I would like to just let you know that she had some disturbance. We got her back in ready working order recently. I don't think that any of her failure of testing or this recalibration has anything to do with her disappearance. I would definitely be pointing the finger at Mr. Schuyler and his human supremacists that may have taken her. I don't know. I don't know what these human supremacists are full of hatred and, of course, have been violent towards replicants. So that would be the first place that I would look as far as what's happened to your missing Blade Runner.
Oh, Schuyler's bad. Don't get me wrong. Can you please send me the results of your calibration of Lee?
So I'll make that data available to you, of course, at LAPD database.
I'm going to make sure Amor gets patched in on that.
And of course, as you know, because she was serving in your unit, Lee was an early Nexus 9 model. So her memories were designed by the Lilith Memory Lab, one of our contractors. So if you want to know more about anything that they found for her memory design, anything about her as a replicant individually, I would consult the Lilith Memory Lab, although I don't know beyond what she was originally implanted with, what they might know.
As in Lilith Tyrell.
Correct, yes. She's been getting a lot of press recently, yes, the niece of the deceased Eldon Tyrell. Yes, she kind of a favor as part of our acquiring the Tyrell Corporation assets. Lilith was brought on as a subcontractor to do memory design. Lilith Memory Lab is one of our subcontractors for our Nexus 9 models.
Yeah, we will definitely check that out. I'm going to fidget with my Kaya and sort of send that immediately to Amor.
The information about the lab?
Yeah.
Okay. When Amor was cross-referencing with that last database search that was successful, you would also have had the personnel files for both Sander and Lee. Lee's address would have been on there as well.
Perfect.
So you have the address for her apartment. Is there anything else I can help you with, officer?
No. We're going to take this info and be in touch. You have a nice day.
Where will you proceed after leaving here? Where will you continue your investigation? Just so I know, hopefully, that you're headed in the right direction.
Well, I have to get back to the lab to kind of cross-reference this information you're giving me, but then I'm sure we're going to be talking to the Lilith Labs pretty soon.
All right, then. Thank you for your time. And as I said, we need this matter resolved as quickly and quietly as possible.
I'm going to get up, give the table another knock, and not real, huh? And just smile and walk out.
The real wood was, of course, reserved for Mr. Wallace's office. It's quite impressive.
Of course.
So let's cut back to LAPD Tower. So you know that from the information that Perez gave you, Amor, you know that Lee was removed from duty and actually sent to Wallace for recalibration. So she had some serious. So you can look that up. You can look up more details about that if you want to in the database because you're already there.
Yeah, I guess I'd like to get those files, and then maybe databases aren't the right way, but maybe searching around for people who knew Lee personally.
Oh, okay.
And see if she has any contacts. Like, I'm trying to find other avenues to maybe track her down. People who may know what other places, other haunts she may have, that type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to get on the Kaya. And, did you get all of that, Amor?
Every word. I am typing it in as fast as my 2 fingers will allow me.
So is there anything that either of you don't want to submit to the database to be known by the LAPD?
Right now, no. Yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, just the parts Amor hasn't told me.
Yeah, the only thing that I want to be kind of secretive about is the fact that we have a potential Blade Runner weapon discharge. So that's why.
Yes.
But other than that, than Coco being on the DL, no. Right now I'm trying to do everything above line.
Okay.
So can I talk to him while I'm flying back while he's doing his research?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You can communicate. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to type while talking, but sure, go ahead.
I thought you guys were good at this stuff.
You guys. Okay.
Do you have any opinions? I told her we were going to go to the lab, but that kind of makes me want to go there last.
I don't know how. I mean, they recalibrated her, so unless we're thinking the lab set it up to.
Yeah.
I don't even see how that's a connection. My thought is I'm trying to find other associates of Lee's here. She's apparently alive. I'm assuming scared and running from someone. Do you want to head back to her place because we have her address and I'm still looking for other known associates?
Yeah, or yes. We should do that. We should shake down Bob at some point.
Oh, do you want to hit Bob and I'll hit her place?
Sure. You want to do that?
Yeah, that works.
So afternoon's ending. We're into the third shift of evening. After this next shift, you need to decide whether you're going to push on through and take a point of stress for not resting, or that you're going to do downtime.
Is that 1 point of stress like for the whole next day, or is it like every quarter that we don't rest, we get another point of stress?
You take a point of stress for skipping, and then every shift after that you don't rest, keep losing a point. If you work through the night of this day, then in the morning you'll take a point of stress if you don't rest, and then the afternoon take a point of stress. So it'll accumulate until the rest, until you do downtime.
I can't just push through for like the next like 3 days and be awesome. Okay.
Right. You'll take the stress, and you can recover that stress. You have the ability to recover immediately 1 point of stress from your key relationship. But beyond that, yeah, you're gonna have to.
Should we do this shift and then decide?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what you find out may determine whether you want to work through the night or not. So you're gonna head to Lee's apartment then, Amor?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how quickly I can do this. I'd like to maybe swing by. Like, do we have offices? I'm trying to understand like how our layout is. Like, I'm trying to see if she has any other associates in the workplace that I can real quick run down.
You can probably just we can do even without a role. It's possible to do just a query into the database. So you can even do that from your Kaya.
Okay.
In your hand. Just the common knowledge about Lee is she kept to herself. She had her hobbies were that you know of. She was often seen at Animoid Row. There wasn't anybody that she socialized with. A little bit with Sander. She just kind of had some polite drinking with Sander, but nothing too far beyond that. There is an indication in her file, since you're in the database. There is an indication with her file that she did have alcohol and substance abuse problems that may have led to the series of failed baseline tests.
Okay.
So it seems like a solitary drinker and maybe collected something in Animoid Row. And that's basically all that's known about her. There's nobody else really at LAPD that would have much to say about her.
Okay.
she was a rookie, so she just has been on duty only 1 year of service so far.
Yeah, rookies. Okay.
Anemoid Row. What do we know about that?
That's where you can find out who made the snake, and basically you can get any variety of artificial animals.
Okay. I think she might have been altering herself, but I don't know that. yeah, I'm going to tell Andre, we're going to Bullet Bob's.
Ooh, and so Andre lights up. He's a very by-the-book guy, but he knows Perez is taking him into some shady territory, so he's a little bit excited by the possibility.
You thought I wanted you counting guns before, now I really want you counting guns.
Officer Petrov saw no visible weapons on anybody within the Wallace complex. Mm-hmm. So it looks like a impenetrable but very unguarded. So very, very odd. Yeah, no security at all. Just that strange clerk that you met.
Any working theories, Amor?
No, I'm really trying to wrap my head around what could have happened, why she wouldn't be reporting in. The only thing I can think of is that maybe she's being held captive.
Okay.
But I don't know why. Maybe if no one seems to know who shot anybody, maybe there's something else going on here. Maybe we should look more into Sander.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one who actually died.
That is true. Okay.
Perez and Petrov land their spinner outside Bullet Bob's, outside Hawker's Circle. The worst kept secret in the RDU is Bullet Bob's in Hawker's Circle. So for decades, Blade Runners know that you can buy, rent, and acquire all sorts of weapons, ammunition, drone, surveillance gear, all run by Bob Gorski. And so so Amor did share that was a caseless 10mm Blade Runner round. So that's why you're going. That's what you're specifically going to. Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk into the shop, and it's oddly lit like a strip club. There's neon around all the cases, and there's just cases and cases of
beautiful guns,
of amazing, beautiful guns, amazing weaponry. And the first thing that you notice is there is a turret just trained on you, following your movement at the far end of the store. So you don't know if it's actually loaded, but
is it moving?
Bob likes to threaten his customers by having a fully automatic turret pointed at them during their whole time in the store.
I'm gonna kind of smile at Andre. I'm assuming this makes him a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, Andre has never seen anything like this. He's just he's amazed and a little bit disturbed that you're immediately having guns pointed at you.
And just point at the turret and say, I'm trying to get him to let me put one of those on my spinner.
And you see behind one of the glass cases a very aged, balding but with very long hair, Bob Gorski. He's like, officers, what can I do for you? Seeing that you're LAPD, he flips a switch behind the counter, and the turret stops moving, and it lowers and stops being pointed at you.
Oh, thank you. I was like, Bob, Majo Perez says hello.
Yeah, your mother and I, we go way back.
Hey, I'm sure you wouldn't have these, but maybe you could help me figure out where someone might acquire some 10mm caseless.
10mm caseless. I wouldn't know anything about that, officer.
Are you sure? I mean, just between you and me, Bob, this doesn't have to leave the building. Andre, why don't you go wait outside with the car?
We'll do, Perez. Yeah, I this is a little bit too. I've seen too much, so I'll be in the spinner.
Yeah, keep those kids away from it.
So Petrov leaves at the front door. Bob looks a little bit more relaxed, not so stern, but I really I wouldn't want to say anything that could hurt another one of your fine Blade Runner members. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, as they say.
Did you hear about what happened at Snake Pit?
No, I don't frequent those kinds of places, so why did you tell me?
Well, one of our fine Blade Runners got greased there. 10mm cases.
Really?
So the sooner I track that scumbag down, the sooner I never have to darken your door.
So why don't you roll manipulation to see if that loosened Bob? Oh,
D12s. How do we do? 3 successes.
All right. As a favor to your mother, I guess I can let you know what I know.
Appreciate that, Bob.
There was somebody in here looking for a 10 millimeter caseless for her PKD blaster, but and she was really nervous about it. Would you happen to have any photos I can look at? I may be able to confirm an identity.
You said she.
Yes.
Cop? Tell me the truth, Bob. Smell like a cop?
Yes, she was a very upset one of yours. She purchased the 10 millimeter caseless from me.
All right, then I'm gonna flash him a picture of Leah on my Kaya.
Yeah, that's her. So what happened? She's the dead one?
She's the missing one, Bob.
Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, so you know this is a very high security facility. Maybe I should share with you the Esper footage I have of the time she visited.
I would really appreciate that, Bob. Making sure Amor is patched into this.
So he takes you over to his security machine and replays the Esper footage from the night that Lee visited to buy the ammunition. You see Lee entering the shop and then entering a narrow street close by. There is an alley near the shop that you see her go down. So from the footage, you can't get a good idea, but there's a building along the alley that's not in great condition, and you see Lee disappear down the alley, but no other information. But she didn't go out, so she didn't leave by a normal way, and she kind of went around an alley on the side of Bullet Bob's.
Anything else you can tell me, Bob? Did she say anything to you while she was in here?
She was really nervous. She was shaken. I'm guessing she was a replicant that may have been close to breaking, close to shutting down. Real shaken, real insistent that she get this ammo. I of course initially denied that I carried such a such a product, but she was very forceful. Yeah, so sorry. That's about all I can do for you. I hope you resolve this situation. I hope things don't get worse, and I hope that no more of your unit ends up on the ground.
Was this last night?
So this was the day after the shooting, and so you saw her in daylight.
After the shooting. Oh.
Yeah, so you got footage of her in the alley, and.
All right, Bob. I really appreciate your cooperation, and I'm gonna step outside now. And I literally walk out back with my facing him as I walk out.
Give my regards to your mother, of course, the lovely Ms. Perez.
Sure. I'm gonna grab Andre, pull out my pistol, tell him, kind of look at him like he should be mimicking me.
Okay.
And head down that alley.
So down the alley is the building that you saw. It faces the street, but you're at the back of the building, and it's an old dilapidated apartment building, 19th century brick building just off of Hawker's Circle. Several floors, but in pretty bad shape. Yeah, you immediately recognize it. It's kind of crumbling, and of course it's raining, so the rain is just dripping everywhere. In some windows that are broken, there's a door in the alleyway that looks completely unsecured, and it's a five-story building.
So I'm gonna go ahead and sidle up to the side of the door, reach over so I'm not in front of the door, pull it open, and have a look.
So yeah, you see a pretty dirty, kind of dilapidated. I mean, there's actually like rain leaking in from somewhere into the main lobby. There's an elevator at the far side of the lobby, but it looks like it's been emptied. The building itself looks like it's been emptied and ransacked for many years.
Yeah, we're gonna go in and look around.
Good knowing you two.
As you approach the lobby, you go up to the elevator and it's completely out of order. It doesn't look like it's run for many years.
I didn't really want to use that elevator anyway. Amor, if I die here, it's Bob's fault.
I'm noting that in our file right now.
So it looks like the only way out of the lobby up to the floors of the building is the crumbling ironwork stairs that are there.
We're taking the stairs. I'm gonna tell Andre basically to just shadow me sort of like one flight at a time, like stay a little back.
Will do. Andre draws his ender rifle and backs you up.
Oh, that's right. He has a rifle.
Yeah, so you make your way up the ironwork stairs and being careful not to stumble on any of the ruined kind of crumbly bits and not going near any of the broken railing. You get to the 5th floor and it seems to be that some of the debris has been cleaned up and it looks like it's in a little bit better shape. There's only one apartment door on this floor, but it appears to be a little bit different from the other floors that you went by. They were almost unpassable. There was so much debris. A lot of the unit doors were broken off.
Okay. So it's a closed door, though, right?
Closed door on the 5th floor, and it looks like there's less debris there.
I'm gonna lean against the wall, light a cigarette, tell Andre, when was the last time you kicked in a door and yelled LAPD?
As a matter of fact, just last week, we broke into a one of those illegal shops doing that thing we don't want them to do.
Time to earn your paycheck, Andre. Go for it.
All right, so just as Andre is coming up the stairs behind you, he gets attacked from behind.
Oh, shit. It almost worked.
So yeah, we'll go with the ambush rules. So we're gonna get an attack. Yeah. So this individual was lying in wait, just waiting for you to get close enough. Andre's getting attacked from behind. So let's see. It's not well lit in here, although there's enough broken windows and stuff. You've got some daylight coming through.
Well, that's evening anyway, right?
So why don't you roll for Andre, and we'll roll strength B. So roll a strength B and a hand-to-hand C as he resists this attack.
Oh, he did not roll well.
Okay, against a... Oh, you don't want to see this. Oh, okay. All right. So
Oh my god!
we have got a crit and a crit.
Andre,
and a crit.
I'll send your mother flowers.
Oh, I just came back.
Oh,
This doesn't
no.
sound good.
Yeah. And
Wow. Oh, he's so dead.
okay, so this was an unarmed attack because I did so many over 2. I can make additional damage.
Would it be a crit roll?
Crit roll, I can do, I guess, 2 crit rolls as well. And choose one. Choose the best one, and they're D12s. Yeah, because his strength is. Yeah.
And I used serious juice to get this guy.
I'll roll 2 crit dice. Okay, there's one. Okay, so an 8 and an 11. Let me look at the.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, this will be definitely crushing. So either this is going to cost you some cred at the LAPD.
Yeah.
The attack shatters Andre's pelvis. He falls over. He can't stand. Basically, his only way to move is crawling. So yeah, he's down to half health, and he dropped his gun as well. Like he's not.
I don't blame him.
I told him to call me if you were doing anything shady.
I'm considering dropping my gun.
Guess we should roll initiative.
Can you tell me what monstrosity just did this? Is it
After you see Andre fall, you get a little beam of light coming through, and you can see that Styles, that was actually Styles that attacked Andre.
Damn it, Styles!
Oh shit! Oh my god!
You're supposed to be cool.
All right. Yeah, we need to do initiative. How do we do that?
Why don't we do initiative, and let's just roll a d10.
I got a 5.
All right, I'll roll on.
You got a 3.
So you get to act first. So we're a bit away. We're at short range now, so we're at perfect shot range.
Is using the Kaya a free action, or is that like a thing?
Can probably, I mean, you're not going to be able to do any keyboard entries or anything, but if you just want to smack it and open a channel as you're drawing your weapon, yeah, that's definitely a free action. You can automatically
Just yelling officer down a lot.
Yeah, I'm like on to more like tenement behind Bob's. Styles just killed Andre. And then I will try to shoot him in the face.
Damn.
I'm
So
probably in the middle of fighting Lee right now, so.
yeah, you can see that even though he's quite formidable, he's unarmed. Yeah, so he's not holding any weapon.
Can I take back the shooting in the face? That was my first action.
All right.
Can I target? Like, can I try to take a leg out, put him on the ground?
Yeah, you can call shots. Yeah, basically, before you roll, you can call a shot and just say, I don't want to murder him. I just want to disable him.
That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm trying to be a good cop for a second.
You won't ever regret this, will you?
No.
Called shots. You can pin them down, and they'll take a stress for every success you roll. You can get them to drop a weapon, or you just get them to fall to the ground.
That one.
Okay. You have to declare before you roll any dice, and then any successes, you will inflict no damage, but you will achieve result that you want.
One success.
You got the success that you wanted. You fire low. Styles is now prone, so fell to the ground from that shot. Yeah, maybe tripped over Andre trying to avoid being shot at and fell to the ground. So Styles is now prone.
My hope is to try to leverage that into like intimidating him into just chilling out.
Yeah, if you want to manipulate, then that would work. It'll be a contested roll, so he's going to kind of guess how serious you are, how serious of a threat you are. You'll try to intimidate him, and so you could get him to surrender. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be manipulate versus insight.
Let's do it. One success.
So I got 0 successes. Right. So you got me. I'm not moving. I'm convinced you're just going to shoot me dead. So Styles is prone, and he's just like carefully watching you, and he starts to, he's basically on his stomach, and he just kind of raises his hands, a little bit. He like lifts his arms off the ground and like puts his hands in the very defenseless position.
All right, I'm like, what are you doing? We're trying to help. As Andre writhes in agony.
Right, yeah, Andre. You're walking into something you don't want to get involved with, officer. So his jumpy, weird demeanor that he had outside that is totally gone. He's like very calm and speaking very directly to you, and kind of threatening, and kind of talking down and threatening in his demeanor.
Do I have cuffs?
Yeah, you have. You would definitely have zip ties that would secure him.
Okay. I'm gonna call Officer down on my Kaya.
Okay.
Then I'm going to very carefully, with my gun still out, attempt to bind him.
Styles doesn't resist at all. In fact, as you start to walk around the side of him, he puts his hands like slowly behind his back, just making it very easy for you to restrain him.
So once he's restrained, I'm gonna put a hand on Andre and it's like, they're coming. Just hold us together.
We need to make a roll, a death save for Andre.
Oh no!
Yeah, after that first roll of round of combat, he needs to do a death save. Okay, yeah, a roll for stamina. Again, you can't push it. If you fail, you die. Oh no!
Wow.
But if you have any medical, you can stabilize. Him if he succeeds. He needs to do his death save in the first round. If you succeed, you linger on, but you must make another death save when the listed amount of time has passed again. Yeah, so every round I have to...
You're telling me he's got like pelvis sticking out of his flesh right now or something?
So we'll do one. If you secure Styles, you can do a medical on Andre here if he survives this.
Okay. Good luck, Andre.
Come on, Andre. Oh no. You get Styles secured, and he's not going anywhere. And you turn your attention to Andre, but by this time he is not with us anymore. He has already bled out, and this seemed to have some sort of cardiac event or something that has totally ended his life.
Perez went over to check on him, sees he's dead, and then just turns around and goes up and puts the sonic bullet through the door.
All right.
This isn't how this is supposed to work.
So you shoot the door of the apartment on the 5th floor.
Yeah, with the big boom bullet.
Yeah, so you make a decent hole. Styles winces when he hears the shot. He winces. He wasn't sure if that was aimed at him or not.
I'm not that bad.
And you can hear a spinner landing at the front of this. So there must have been a unit nearby. So you've got a couple of uniformed officers coming up the stairs. And they get to the 5th floor, and they are just like, whoa, yeah, when they see Andre all pelvic shattered, laying there. So I guess we need a wagon then, and so they call for medical services. What happened, Officer Perez? What went down?
Well, I'm literally yelling at them. That's a nexus, and then I'm gonna kick the door open.
So they grab They grab Styles, and I guess they'll just wait for the medical services to arrive. Then they get Styles out of there. We'll have somebody's coming for our fallen officer in just a minute, as soon as possible. We'll take care of him for you. So 2 officers get Styles out of there, and you head through the door. All right, but let's cut to Lee's apartment.
And get shot 3 times.
Yeah, right.
Bam, bam, bam.
And waiting for you. Yes, right. Yeah, so you've taken the spinner to the, I think it's Sector 5, where all the LAPD housing is.
Mm-hmm.
And you arrive at a tiny apartment.
Oh, is she like 1 floor up and one apartment over from where I live?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is like a very similar building. The layout and everything is identical. If you arrived here drunk, you probably would have walked right into her apartment thinking it was yours. So it's a small studio in Sector 5. She's on the 13th floor, and you got the address from her personnel. The elevator, again, is out of order, so you're going to have to take the stairs up. It's a pretty filthy stairwell. The building itself is not in great repair. There's graffiti everywhere. As you climb the stairs, you're going to have to kind of push past some residents that are just kind of sitting on the stairs or sleeping on the landings of each floor, and you get a lot of weird looks. They recognize you as a cop, and you get some weird looks for people. So you get up to the 13th floor, and written across the door that the door of Lee's apartment is skin job.
Oh.
And leaning next to the door is a large, burly man. He's leaning because he can't stand very well. And as you approach, you kind of you can smell whiskey on him.
I don't know this, so he doesn't look like, obviously, like Styles. I realize Styles is busy murdering people somewhere else right now, but he doesn't look like anybody I know, right?
No, yeah, he's just like a shabby guy that just like haunts the building. You don't even know if he even lives there. He just kind of sleeps in the hallway.
No, I'm just gonna go walk around him, go up to her door, and is it a closed, typical-looking door? Does it look like it's been forced or anything's going on?
The door's closed and locked. Yeah, it's almost identical to the door of your apartment, and it's got an electronic lock on it. So you're going to either have to bypass the electronic lock or force it open, just using a strength force roll. But as you approach the door, the drunk kind of slams his arm against it, where it says "skin job" on the door, and says, "You friend of this skin job?"
I'm on a case, sir. I'm going to need you to step aside, kind of like maintain professionality.
So why don't you roll manipulation to see if he backs down from being confronted all businesslike.
All right, a success.
Nice. He pulls his arm down and kind of stumbles off the wall and says, "Of course, after you, officer." And he just kind of stumbles down the hallway and leaves you to deal with Lee's door.
All right, I'm assuming these are cheap doors.
Yes.
I'm gonna put my ear against it and see if I can hear anything on the inside. See if there's anything real quick.
Nothing. You don't hear any activity, or there's no music playing or TV on or anything. That there's nothing from the other side of the door.
Well, I can't trust her not to shoot me too, so I'll pull out my gun and kick in the door and see what's going on in there.
Are you gonna kick it in?
Yeah.
So roll force, your strength and force.
Whew, barely.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, so you were right. The door is cheap. It busts right open, and you see... so it's a simple studio apartment, the living area, a fold-out bed, and you come in down that short hallway. So there's the kitchen and bathroom and everything. So things are pretty easy to see. And the photo is the main living area. So everything in that photo you can see, and there's nobody's there at all. There's no activity. Just an empty apartment.
All right, I'll do a real quick once-over, pick up some food containers, see if anything's warm.
Oh, okay.
See if the water's cold, that type of stuff. Seems like she's been here.
Everything that's around seems to have been emptied for a while. It doesn't seem like she's stayed here. So it's very possible that she hasn't come back since the situation at the snake pit. She didn't make it back here.
Okay, let's see. Well, oh hey, there's a photo on the thing. Who's the picture of?
If you take a look at that photo by the bedside, it's of a young girl.
Oh.
Yeah, so you see a photo of a young girl, and she's She looks like she's the background is some very luxurious off-world, some very nice background, some very golden light, very beautiful setting for an off-world residence. If you look more closely, maybe observation. Why don't you roll observation?
Sure thing.
While you're looking at it.
Oh,
nothing.
No.
Okay.
Push.
Oh, it's right. I can push. Okay, so that just re-roll both.
Yeah, re-roll both.
ABP. Always be pushing.
I got a success.
Beautiful. All right. So yeah, you examine the picture frame, the photo itself, and on the back of the frame is a stamp, and the stamp says Doc Badger. If you want to roll connections, that'll you might be able to recall who that is. You may have had some experience with that name.
Absolutely. Oh no, I'm just gonna call that one bad. Yeah.
So you can't think of offhand. So it doesn't make sense, but you still have your Kaya, so you can do an LAPD, the database query later to figure out who that is.
I think I'll grab the photo. I'll take it back and put the Polaroid in the little machine and zoom it enhance and look behind walls and stuff with it.
Okay. Yeah, so you take the photo. Is there anything else you want to look at in the apartment?
Well, let's see. We got food. There's some open books. What's she just reading on this table here?
The book on the table is William Blake. It's the poem that it's open to is The Tiger. So it's just the actual poem from the book, but it kind of gives you some insight into her mental state. So it's a very the poem itself. Yeah, so you can just take a capture of this on the Kaya if you want to have it. But yeah, it's just the words of the poem just kind of give you a little bit of insight to her mental state and where she what was going on before she abandoned the place.
The tiger. Tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame the fearful symmetry? And I'll keep reading it. Okay.
So you read the poem, and you definitely see that there's a lot of empty vodka bottles. Yeah, the report that was about her when you were looking up her background, you could tell she definitely was self-medicating. There's a lot of empty vodka bottles around.
All right. Well, let's take a peek at that. Is that a jar full of butterflies, or is that a jar painted with butterflies?
On that table near the sofa is a butterfly jar. So this like surreally beautiful, these butterflies, they look like iridescent steam or jellyfish. They're so beautiful, and just kind of floating in this little enclosed jar. And of course, as you can probably guess, they're artificial. If you want to roll connections, it might be able to lead you to where something like this would have been made.
Absolutely. Let's do this again. This time I won't fail. Hey!
Oh, nice. Anemoid Row definitely has a store that you know sells only butterflies, and since you've had the reports that that's where she spent a lot of her off-duty time, it would make sense that this is what she collected.
Is Anemoid Road, is that like a is that like a whole region, or is that like a specific store?
It's a location. Yeah, it's like like a shopping arcade. That's like a section of the city that's all full of artificial animal dealers.
All right. Well, then there's another book over here on the left, or see if there's any addresses written down. Someone always likes to leave and stuff like that.
There isn't anything. She seems to have not had a lot of or maybe she took with her everything of importance. Is not beyond what you have already seen. There's really nothing else. There's a lot of empty drawers. It looks like she may have packed up, because you don't see anything, any of the kind of some of the basic things that she would need to live in the apartment. All of that is missing. If you check the bathroom and everything, there's no toiletries or anything.
Okay, and then I peek out her window here. That's basically almost where we're looking in from. But
right.
Is there any vantage? Do I see someone mysteriously standing under a streetlight down the street? Something along those lines.
Just from the regular residents that are sleeping on the sleeping against the buildings and everything, you don't really see anything unusual. Yeah, nothing jumps out as suspicious. Like no one's followed you here, or no one's watching you come in and out from your. You don't see anything suspicious.
All right. Well, crap. I'll head back. I go back to the front door there, peek out, see if that drunkard's still hanging out.
He's moved on. You stick your head outside the doorway. Yeah, he's no longer even on the floor, so he may have wandered off, wanting to get wrapped up in some jackpot with the Blade Runner unit. You're safe to exit. There's nothing impeding you.
All I think I'm gonna do a little. Is this an interior apartment then? Right? There's like a
Yes.
hallway right here and other doors. But I'm gonna hit the immediate neighbors and the people across the street, see if anyone will actually answer the door, and see if they have seen. Obviously, there's bad news in this place all the time, but see if there's anyone specifically that sticks out to anybody.
As far as the neighbors, they didn't even know. If you ask them, did you see any activity? Of course, they say no. There's always shouting and all kinds of nonsense going on in the hallways. And if you do tell them that there was a Blade Runner living next to them, they wouldn't even know that. They would be shocked, at that revelation that there was even a police detective living next door.
Yeah, no one's talking to each other or anything. Okay.
Didn't know each other at all.
All right.
And if you want to do one more roll, you can do the tech roll on your Kaya to.
Oh, I can do that here. Okay.
Check the name, Duck Badger.
Oh,
Nice. The database tells you Doc Badger is a pawn shop owner in Section 5. The photo must have been secured or printed or something from his pawn shop.
like the image that came in the frame.
It's not an old photo. It looks recently printed.
I'm in Sector 5 right now, right? So I'm in the neighborhood.
Oh, that's
so
right. That's right.
I'll start meandering over there until I get a call officer down, then maybe I'll change the direction I'm heading.
Just as you're heading towards
Oh God! Ah!
top area, you hear Perez reporting that Andre has met his demise. So that kind of interrupts you on your way to Doc Badger. So what do you want to do? You want to respond to that, or do you want to just why don't you connect with Perez, see what you want to do after what he's dealt with?
What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I assume you're kicking in a door right now. No time.
You're probably hearing some cursing as I kick in the door. You know, if I have time, you might get your ass over here.
Yeah, how far away is Bob's from here?
You could have come crashing onto the 5th floor in your spinner. That'd be so cool.
I was thinking of at least landing on the roof. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
You could get there quickly. Get there by the end of this shift if you want to both be there and check it.
yeah, I mean, if he's in an active fire situation, I'll hop in and
Okay.
floor it.
That's good. Yeah, you can arrive quickly at that apartment. We'll give in just a few minutes. Amor's going to arrive, be with you, Perez, but have a quick look around.
So nobody in here?
Yeah. So when you broke in here, there's no one.
This is a nice looking room.
You're surprised the rest of the building was pretty disgusting and rotten, and this room itself, I mean, there's a piano in the room, and all the furniture appears relatively new. Everything is in nice condition, but there is nobody here. There's stuff kind of scattered around on the tables.
So first thing I'm gonna do is sweep the place, like opening any like interior doors, closet doors, looking behind large objects, just to make sure no replicants are jumping out and breaking my pelvis.
Your sweep reveals that there isn't anybody here. There's nobody lying in wait. Yeah, you're safe to examine.
I'm gonna check the what kind of looks like a Starbucks cup, the teapot, and the takeout box, and just try to figure out if any of this is fresh.
See, it's classic police work. That's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
Too. You run in, and you're like, touch all the food and drink, see if it's hot.
Yeah, I want to see if it's fresh.
There isn't. Everything is cold, but it's not molded or anything. So yeah, it has. It was probably from either earlier today or yesterday at the latest. All the food stuff that's on the table. On the table, you do see a crumpled piece of paper that appears to be a page torn out of a book.
Droid magazine.
If you want to take a look at that, there's a copy of Droid magazine. On the front of that, you see another photo of Lilith Tyrell, who was on your newspaper.
Is that like a trade magazine or something?
Yeah, that's like like the Replicant industry mag.
Okay.
And looking around, you also see there's a refrigerator. Yeah, if you've checked all the rooms for people, you've seen this already. So on the refrigerator, there's two things that stand out to you. There's an off-world ad, like a brochure, a leaflet for the off-world colony of Arcadia, and there's also a postcard with the Hollywood sign on it. So greetings from Hollywood.
Hollywood thing caught my eye immediately, but I think I'll look at the crumpled piece of paper first.
It's a William Blake poem. If you looked at the book,
A page was torn out.
Amor, a page was torn out. Sorry, a missing page. I didn't tell you that detail. There was a missing page. Yeah, if Amor filed that in the database that there was a book with a missing page, you have a missing page. So that's the first thing You see, so do you read the poem on the page?
I do.
So it seems, but what you kind of surmise from the contents of the poem is, it seems that if this is connected to Lee, that she intends to go off world. This seems to be something about escape, freeing yourself, and you kind of connect those with the off world brochure.
I'm definitely going to capture these images on my Kaya for sure.
Okay, so you're seeing all of this and more than all of this stuff: the Hollywood sign, the brochure, and the poem.
I'll tell him the leaves probably been there. Then that's the page that's torn out of the book was back at her place.
So there's your connection, Perez. Yeah, Lee has probably been there, and so by this time, Amor has landed on the roof, and you've made your way down. So you come through the door of the apartment.
You see them stretching off the dead guy.
Yeah.
You see the medical staff, taking care of poor Andre.
Does he see Styles, or is he already gone?
Styles was already taken away. Yeah, they took him away quick. Coming in, almost right behind Amor, like once you've worked your way down from the roof and you came in, you see a elderly black gentleman in a suit that pops into the apartment and says, what's happened here? Officers, please, has there been some sort of murder? What's going on?